Today's tale sees us playing BattleTech once again, and today we're up against Waddles McSqueezy. Excellent name, bro. That gave me a good chuckle when I saw that come in. And today we have a ShadowHawk, a Vindicator, a Locust, and a Commando. We're in the 15 mil bracket here, so the ShadowHawk's pretty much king. Well, he's pretty much king of my group, but it's probably not king of the battlefield, that's for sure. We're going to advance Arclight up here, showboat to the mid. Hopefully we can grab a hold of this guy pretty quick. We'll probably take the Vindy up as well. I'm fairly okay for that to be up there. And the ShadowHawk, my man, you can come around the side and guard us up here. So I've taken Arclight, as I always do. I've taken Showboat, as I normally always do. I've taken Paradise, just for the movement and stuff on the Vindicator here. He's got quite nice movement, and he's got decent gunnery. He sucks with the gut skill, but everything else is okay for him. And then we've got Blockade, so hopefully we can keep the ShadowHawk up and running. And just moving across the battlefield and firing is the main idea here. I have no idea what Waddles McSqueezy here. Waddles McSqueezy. I'm going to say that name all day. That is an excellent name. I have no idea what he's bringing. So we'll see what pops up on the radar. Hopefully he's moving forward here. Because if he's not and he's got Arclight, then we're going to grab a whole lot of nothing here. Alright, Waddles, what you got for me, buddy? You got a Commando, an Awesome. Whoa, I don't know how I'm dealing with an Awesome here. That is very interesting. I've never thought of that. And that is going to probably kick my butt. Okay, interesting. Somehow we're going to have to... We might jump this one, actually, just to give ourselves a bit more evasion here. Somehow we're going to have to get all of his small fry out of the way. And then we're going to have to move on to the larger stuff. We're probably just going to leave the ShadowHawk towards the back just for now while we work out what else is here. It's going to be a bunch of lights. There it is. We're going to reserve into him. He's probably just going to do a whole lot of sensor locking here. Somehow, an 8T. I'm guessing that's the missile variant. Because I can't imagine you'd pick the PPC version on the Stacks map. I forget though if a T is the missile. I mean, it would make sense for this to be the missiles. You'd have Apex in this. It's fairly well armored. You can't get too close because it can punch fairly good. So overall, quite a nice pick here. I might lose to this actually. We're going to have to take out the lights. My lights are really fragile against this thing. So we're going to have to be careful here with our reserves. He's probably going to go for my lights here. He's having a think. Having a think, sir. We'll probably keep... Where'd that move from? About there? Is that... Surely that's not trees. Why would you move there and reserve? We're just going to reserve. You know what? He can have all his goes. If he doesn't want to reserve, that's fine. If I was him, I would start reserving now because you want to get some sensor locks going on here. None of my mechs really want to sensor lock back just yet. I'll probably jump the Vindy over here first if he doesn't sensor lock. We got a Locust. Is the M... I think the M is the long range version, which is very little armor. What are we, an S? So an S, an M, and I forget what the... Man, if only I remember what these mechs were. If it's the long range one, it's got very little armor on it. So we could be two of them. Two of them. We could probably bum rush that. They're really fast though, so we might have some issues there. We could probably sense lock someone now and start firing in some missiles actually. These guys have probably got way too much evasion for me. I might just scoot forward enough to get this guy in range, but not be too close myself. So here's probably good for us. This is a scary little proposition here. I'd say this guy's braced. Yep, there he is. how do we deal with this? Do I fight the 8T or do I go for these? These are... It's tricky. It is tricky. We might go sideways here. Try and cut some of these guys off while we fire rockets. I'd like to get closer to these guys, I think. We'll probably drag the ShadowHawk this way as well. Just fire some rockets off quickly. We'll push towards the... Alright, at least we're getting a nice guy in chat today. Nice guy in chat. We're going to go for probably a sprint this way. We're going to try and get around on these M's if we can. And let's have a looky. Showboat. You know what? Showboat, we might go for a full sprint with you as well, buddy. Just into these trees. And we'll see if we can hassle some of these M's down. Alright. We gave him no vision here. He does have his turn last, so we'll see what happens here. I totally was not expecting an awesome. Did I do a match where you can do, I think at this range you can do a Victor and 3 trash cans, which is fairly hilarious. Alright, looks like he's moving to block me from here. Maybe I should have reserved so that he had to think about this, but I guess it makes sense. We've still got this guy up here. We can maybe move towards him as well. It's all a lot of maybes. We'll see what happens this round. Damn awesome. Man, that's a lot of armor. Alright, who's sensor locking here? We have no idea who's sensor locking. Could leave these guys doing their thing down here maybe. One of these guys must have sensor locked. Is it going to be 2 sensor locks? It cannot be 2 sensor locks. Well, it could be, but it would be very dangerous. Alright, so these guys are doing nothing, right? So they're pretty much in the wild here. These are the missile variants. So I'm pretty happy to just blast down this. He's probably going to fire his large laser from there too. He can, I think, if he moves a little. Alright, so he sensor locked with that. Fired with these two. We're going to bum rush these two. Try and get him down before this 8T gets all sorts of nasty with us. Can't get a lot of evasion though, can we? We could possibly move here and brace. Give the vision. It's a large, what is it? Large lasers and LRMs. I suppose we might survive through that. Next up though, we would have to get these guys over here. We could probably fire with this guy and maybe just can out one of these, since we know they didn't move. Let's have a look. We're gonna go for it. Go all in, buddy. Can we get... Yeah, we can't. Alright. To here. Brace. Give the vision. Alright, so he's pretty much dead in the water, but the guy behind is not, so we'll brace up. Next up, we should be able to see if we can't get some shots with... See if we can't jump you a bit better than that. I'd like to take the jump and fire, since I want to do sort of maximum damage here. Try and core out these things as best I can. We'll have to expend the heat, so be it. I mean, these things will die if we look at them funny, so hopefully we look at it funny. There we go. That's one way to do it. Next up is the guy at the back. Unfortunately, he's braced, so we can't do a lot against that, but we will do what we can, which is probably enough through This guy being a Locust. There's not much to it. We got to clear off all the light stuff here, otherwise we are in for a world of trouble. Should the awesome get on top of us, which he will in a sec. You probably need to go for a full-on sprint here, my friend, and clear as much land as you can, as quick as you can. I'm probably okay with here. I'd say next turn we're going to want to... Actually, we're probably okay with here too. I'd say next turn we're going to want to get full grip on this guy, kill him, grab a hold of this. That awesome. I don't know. We're just gonna have to rip these things apart. In reality, he shouldn't have stopped here. He should have moved them as best he could, and then fired. We're probably gonna fire. I'd say if I can get Arclight down here to fire, I will, because I just want to rip this thing apart. And then all we are facing is a commando, which we will have to get a hold of. This is just gonna hose into this probably. We're gonna keep on just running this thing down. If this comes in too close, we'll go for the B. Whoop, here it comes. Whoa. And the hosing. Woo. That is some mean damage, my friend. Mean damage. Alright. So we can get into the water here. We'll be doing 40 odd damage. I think it's worth a try and kill this Locust now. Locust on... I've never seen Locust on Locust combat. This is amazing. This thing is tanked up here. We're going to have to get multiple mechs onto that guy to get him down. Hopefully we can shunt a leg. There goes a leg. So now we can kill this thing off. Which will set him back some vision. He might go for this now, knowing that the Locust is pretty much exposed. So I'd probably sense lock the Locust, knowing that it's the weaker link here. You could probably swing this and fire, unless he wants to keep going on the commando. Commando, if it gets locked again, is just going to have to just go through it, which might kill it, but we'll try. That's all we've got, is to try. So the only problem is, at the 15 mil bracket, I mean, yeah, everything else is weak. I would have liked the PPC version more. At this bracket, 150 possible damage is pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Okay, he couldn't even lock me. Excellent. So we run in, we blast this guy for all we're worth. He's going to have no vision up here, hopefully. Although, if he's got vision... If I've got vision, he's possibly got vision. We'll just blast this guy as best we can. Please die. Thank you.
Enemy down.
Now it comes down to his assault and what he wants to do. I don't know what he has vision of here. Alright. He's probably got vision here. I'd say he's going to just hammer onto someone. Please, hopefully not the Locust. Actually, would have... The two large lasers would probably miss. But everything else might do some solid work in here. Hopefully he has no vision. He's got to have vision. If I can see him, he could probably see me. I mean, this is a sensor locker, right? So we're going to have to work at this guy, probably from behind. Punches are going to be the big thing here. Comes the missile train. Mr. ShadowHawk. He's doing okay. Not really. As soon as this guy gets focuses as well, we're going to have some sort of real big issues. The Vindicator's going to move here. Probably going to do our best to save some heat. So, probably just the medium laser here. I mean, there's no... Against these kind of odds, I don't think we're going to hit, so... We'll just fire off, save some heat. Shred some evasion, so that Blockade can have a better go at this. Probably going to swing Blockade towards the back. And try and keep this guy off me. We definitely have to get this down next, so that he is down to just the one mech. Probably ease off with some of this stuff. I mean, 25s again. Come on, Blockade. What is wrong with you, buddy? Couple of misses. We'll probably reserve into this. We want him to move this first. Maybe the 2 sensor lockers can give me enough for the two mediums to get rid of this. In a turn, he might brace this where it's at. If this is Mockingbird, he could, which would probably not be so good since he's just seen these guys. Well, he saw one of these guys dive through a brace, right? So we're going to have to swarm around this awesome quite a fair bit. I would need to keep probably the Commando alive for the damage. The Locust, I think I just need everything for this. Focus is going to be the real issue, as he's probably looking at that soon. So I'd rather he focused onto one of these guys more than anything. Alright, buddy. Please don't disconnect. Oop. Okay, I don't mind that. Is he really... Surely that's not a... Oh, it is a stand and fight. No. Let's reserve here. I think we moved the Vindy to be vision here. Wow, we could death him above. That would be pretty horrendous though. I think we move in like this. We'll give the Vindy as vision. We'll brace down here. We'll move these guys back as best we can. We need a bit of a sprint. Make sure you have no vision. And we'll set up probably for a goer on... Wow, he is super hot. Alright, we've got to be careful of punches as well. That's the other thing, is I don't want to get in close against this if it's just going to punch me. Showboat, you're going to need to come up as well, buddy. Just to make sure you don't get trapped here. Full sprint, I'm a little scared of this. He has no vision here though, so it's possibly okay. And then Blockade, we'll have to fire on this guy. Try and get rid of this. It's a large laser. We need that out of the way so that it can stop blasting people. And you can probably just fire from here. Just fire with everything. Because you generate no heat. And you're pretty good. Is there something blocking us? Obstructed. Alright, we are obstructed. Can we move somewhere where we're not obstructed? Here? Pretty good to me. I just don't want to be having a hard time hitting this. We'll try our best here. Come on. Rip him a new one. Some decent damage. We're going to probably have to look at getting the Vindy in to beat this down. The Vindy is going to take a fair chunk of damage doing this, but at least then it'll be 4 versus 1. I'd say he swings and fires on this. Since it's the only thing he can see. Potentially... What are we looking at here? I suppose we could be looking at him staying here and just LRMing us. But that would be hard for him. Pretty happy that these two went down. I mean, you've got to be super careful with these long range guys. They are basically paper, right? Basically paper. He's took bit of paper, bit of rock. Not really scissors. I mean, this thing's rock and scissors all in one. We gotta be, yeah, we gotta keep backing away from that. That we cannot have getting on top of us. He'd probably brace this. There's no heat unless he wants to. He could half fire, which would be another option. Keep the heat going somewhat. We'll reserve him. We'll see what this guy does. Hopefully he doesn't back up with this. I would probably back up with this and use this to be at the front line. Yeah, he's saving heat there. So he made about this much space. I need to keep maybe that little bit of distance between me. I don't know if you can get up that rock face as well. Is he coming in for the punch? Oh, he is. Oh, sir. Beat me. Beat me indeed. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. I'm surprised. There should be one smooth animation if he's going for a punch. This might be a misclick. He might have meant to... Alright, it's not a misclick. Punches would probably be a better use there. The no evasion here is really going to be bad for him. I'm going to reserve down. I'll probably punch this. Point blank range.
You have orders?
And you miss. I don't know if that's close enough to punch me, which is a tad scary, but I think we'll punch this guy. I'm pretty okay with this. If he punches us, so be it. 180 damage will possibly just rip our faces off, but so be it. We'll give this guy a whole lot of love. And then I think we'll just hose him down here. So now we can hose him down with everybody. Showboat, I'd prefer if you moved somewhat this way. Although into the side would be beautiful. Can you get back? How far can you get back here? You can get back to here. And then Arclight. Actually, Arclight probably needs this more than you. So let's go Arclight. Showboat can take here. Should be fairly happy. If we can knock this guy, it would be amazing. We don't look like we are keen to knock him though. If there's a focus on this, these guys could potentially be, well, my poor little light there could be potentially dead, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Give him some more love. Come on, we just need 2 rockets into that leg. There we go. Now we can core him out. Somehow, this thing could probably punch all of my mechs to death. So, we're going to just have to keep teasing him here a little. Somewhat. If we can. We'll rip this guy apart. Man, what is with these hit chances? Are we obstructed again? Long range, target size, refire. My god. You suck, buddy. You suck. But, that'll have to do. Now comes the big bad boy, though. He's possibly just gonna punch us in the face here. Rip poor old Paradise a new one. We're gonna have to spread around him. Just hammer him from all sides. If we can get him knocked down. Oh, here comes the focus. Okay, luckily, if I was him, I would have moved here and focused on one of these. Because, oh, I spoke too soon. Whoa, a focus punch. Oh, meaty. Unfortunately, that was the arm that we needed. And that's going to hurt a whole lot. I do love the punching on these things, though. They are monsters, I tell you. Absolute monsters here. We're going to have to keep out of range of punching, because ain't nobody wants to get punched. Especially not the poor old lights here. So, far out, buddy. You know what we might do? We might get you to come on downtown. Oh, can we not have that noise? Please. Best I can do is possibly here. We'll rotate, we'll sensor lock. Fire with everybody.
This is becoming a target-rich
And go crazy. I could reserve down to him. But I feel like if I gave him another punch, it might get a little awkward there. A little awkward indeed. Ye gods. Yeah, alright, we'll fire from here. I'll take these hit chances. Just keep the lights out of the way as best we can. What are we looking at on the armor? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. We might have to get the might have to get some of the other mechs around the back here to help on out.
Standing by.
Whoa, that's rear shots as well. Man, we'll take that. I'll take all of the rear action I can get. Rear admirals that they are. We need to just blast this guy. Luckily, I do like the ShadowHawk that it generates very little heat. Can we actually get into some structure here? Alright, he's unsteady. He will get his turn next though. Paradise.
Waiting orders.
You could be sneaky here, buddy. And actually, you know what? Do you want to reverse a step? No, you cannot. Alright, how about you move a step? So the reason I want to move a step and fire is so that he has to come towards us. Although, what can we fire at this range? Well, we can fire pretty much everything. Excellent. I could step behind him, but see, if I step behind him, then he gets to turn his ass towards me. And I really don't want that. We're going to rotate as much as we can, though. He might just punch us in the back. I guess we just... I should jump away. I really should jump away. We're probably going to get knocked. We'll just burn off a little bit of armor here and there. We really need to start getting through some of this back armor, though. He could turn and face some of my other mechs. He could punch this still. Actually, if he punches me in this, I should have stayed up close and grappled. Because now he could probably punch on the side here and turn around. And punching with this mech is actually the best way to go here. I don't think I can get any of my lights around the back. If he moves, at least he's only going to get a little bit of that stability back. But I don't think I have enough knockdown to really push him on the ground. He is going to pretty much brutalize the poor old Vindy here. Hopefully we can just maintain enough fire on him that we can, yeah, so he can punch us in the side. Oh, is he punching us from behind? He's just moving behind and he's going to fire? Interesting. Alright, he is grouping up on that. He is trying to sort of burn through my poor old mech here. He has no cover here though, so we can... I guess we're just going to have to burn this thing all over, really. As best we can. Did he get any evasion? It doesn't look like it. So, let's have a look. Arclight. Let's swing on him this way. In fact, can you swing a little closer? You can. I don't think he'll have a focus just yet. So we should be okay here. We might have to pull Paradise back to maybe make him come in towards us a little. Ugh. Damn, all this terrain is just, whoa. One of those SRMs just went into space, but okay. Next up, we'll probably go Showboat. I don't want to get too close here. Showboat, you can kind of just keep on this road situation. I think we're just going to have to just rip all of his armor off here, which kind of sucks for us, because there is a lot of armor to go through. Suppose at least we can keep the stability down. We're going to have some heat issues though. Meanwhile, Paradise is like, please sir, let me out of here. Can't get you where I want you, which is kind of annoying. We could move you in, and then next turn maybe look to jump up on this hill. He will get knocked here, and then I guess we can call some shots on the torso. 2D, I'm pretty fine with the 2D not having cover.
Copy that.
I have a feeling he has to be pretty close to keep the old vision going. He has to be real close to keep that vision going. So Paradise,
Yes, Commander.
do you want to just hop up here, buddy? 2 evasion. He could probably punch you in the back though. How about you just jump? That would be great. Ooh, although, you know what? Let's just jump up here then. Hopefully if he gets up, he's gonna have a bit of a hard time. We have no stability, but we'll just have to take it. Can't we just fire everything? Fire it all, buddy. Fire it all. You know, just score a few hits here and there across that torso. At least he's going to have a harder time when he gets up now of firing. It's a shame about the PPC though, because I would have preferred that to the rest of this. That poor old Awesome's like, oh man. Oh man, I am taking it. Taking it like a boss. He could walk up here, it'll strand most of my mechs back here. It's probably an okay situation. Although, I suppose if he walks up there... Can he punch from there? No. Come on. How is that a punch?
That wasn't good. Barely hit me.
Damn. I don't know how that is a punch.
Waiting for the right move.
Alright, we do have good stuff here though. We've got our focus. Can we have a...
Yep.
Can we have a go here? Alright, so we're going to shoot him in the back again, I guess. Maybe we can finally pop some arms. Ooh, I've come in too close. This could get a little nasty. Considering one hit will kill this thing. One hit wonder. Shed some more armor off the shoulder. Alright. Alright. Hopefully we can get in with everybody else here to shoot him. No, we cannot. Alright, I guess we're just going to have to follow and hassle. Take what shots we can get for the back. Everything else is just going to have to just melt armor. I mean, this is even worse that this guy... This armor on this side is pretty much fresh. I mean, look at that. Just taking the explosions and just being like, nope. I'm fine. I'm fine and dandy. You are fine and dandy, my friend. Paradise, you stay where you are. You, my friend, get way too close. Just keep him at sort of optimal range here.
Copy that.
We might have to... Well, I suppose... we're doing alright, actually. We're doing alright. I mean, we'll grind through most of this armor before he probably gets this poor guy down. Which is surprising.
Commander.
I'm very surprised that he was able to come in from here. You know what we might do? I could death them above. It would shear off a leg though, which is not ideal. Can we please not have that sound? Could come in from here. If he comes in for the punch, he might turn and face us a little, I guess. We'll get knocked. I could maybe have gone in for my own punch and forced them to turn into me. But we'll just, we'll sandblast a little here. Oh, and talking about sandblasting, my god, our missiles just went everywhere. Into the floor, into the roof. I'd probably punch this in the side. And then maybe everything... if you punch it in the side, you're probably giving up arms again. This is one tough cookie though. I mean, imagine being inside this mech and being like, well, I'm getting ground down by 2 lights and 2 mediums. And I am an assault. Super expensive assault. I suppose at least my entire lance costs about as much as this thing. I mean, the Locust in the river about 1.7 mil. The 2B is, I don't even know what that costs. Maybe 2.1 mil. So what's he got there? He's got 3 point... It's probably got, what is this like? No, these are only worth about 8 mil, aren't they? Yeah. Ooh. Okay, that's an interesting move. Unfortunately... Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna go for the punch now. And I think we should be okay here. So we'll go for the punch with the U. Can we maybe punch him from the back? You're kidding, right? I'll take that. The thing with this is you can't brace in this direction, because if I get back shots, then it all goes through your brace here. But even worse is, whoa. Alright, he's given up. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, it was just going to be a slow grind, right? I reckon I might have come out with all my mechs in tow. Maybe. I think possibility of losing one would have been fairly okay. Possibility of losing two, it could have happened. I mean, the Locust is definitely a target to just explode, right? It's just, you just look at it funny and it implodes. But Waddles McSqueezy, it was a good game. I did like the awesome. I think it was an interesting move, but I don't think at that level you can afford the two Locusts. And not moving the two Locusts, my god, that was a disaster. No reserves. You probably should have been reserving. You definitely needed to be reserving. And those Locusts needed to be going at least pretty high up in your move phase. I mean, you couldn't be moving them first. They are little bits of paper, just running on legs, looking to explode. But with that win, we'll take a break. Tune in next time for more adventures of BattleTech. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. If you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button or leave me a comment on anything you want to see in the future.